Personally, I had always told myself that I wanted to build my collection in my younger 20s. And the reason being is because when Hi babes, and welcome back to my channel. So for those of you new here, hi, my name is Imona, and oh my gosh, babes, we hit 10K. Oh my gosh. I'm literally so excited. I'm so blessed. I'm so happy. I did tell you guys that once we hit 10K, I'm going to definitely do a giveaway. So just give me a minute to get my coins together because I really want to put together something extremely special. And I really want to try to at least give 3 people. So just give me a moment, but I am so extremely grateful. This is not our December monthly motivations, but at this point in the month, you guys, I have hit so many milestones. So I cannot wait to talk about that in my December monthly motivations because I don't want to take away from this video. Also, it has been forever since we have really just sat here and had a girls' little chit chat. So I am extremely excited for that. But before I get too far into this video, I do want to go ahead and do my subby shout outs. I actually have 6 subby shout outs. I'm sorry, but like y'all were in the comments in the last video and you guys were just so supportive. So I really just want to acknowledge you guys. The first one goes out to CCM. The second one goes out to Dressed by Jess. I think she had watched that video right before I hit 10K because she was like almost at 10K, babe. And we hit it. The third one goes out to Alicia Paccio. I just really loved your comment in the last video that I posted. The fourth one goes out to Alexis Rojas. The fifth one goes out to Jess Watts, and the 6th one goes out to Diana Perrell. You ladies just had extremely really nice engaging comments in that last video. I loved everything that you said in there, so I definitely wanted to give you guys a subby shout out. Thank you so much for commenting, subscribing, and supporting. I really do appreciate it. Obviously, just like so many of you others, if you haven't already, then now is a great time to go ahead and join the family. But if you're anyone who's like me, it typically takes me about 2 or 3 videos to go ahead and subscribe to someone's channel. So I'll have video here for you, and right here for you. And after you watch 1 or all 3 of those videos, hopefully you'll go ahead and subscribe and join the family. So now, babes, we got a juicy conversation. So I want to say at this point, maybe like a few weeks ago, I was actually sitting on this bed right here and we were having a juicy conversation. It was up under the, you aren't worthy enough of having like a bag collection at the age that I am. So someone had actually commented something this week and their comment read, "It is your choice," which I agree with. "But if you love luxury, most women who love luxury have an authentic collection later in life in their 30s who can actually afford it. You should consider this. You have a large collection." So I don't think that there was anything wrong with her comment. So what she was saying was true. I will say that like I do have a large bag collection, but you know, I do have a lot of authentic bags as well. They may not be, you know, authentic Louis Vuitton or YSL or whatever, but I have a lot of luxury bags that are still authentic, if that makes sense. But I really broke her comment down because I just felt that this was something that I wanted to talk about. So the question that I posed to you today is 1, how often do we realistically change out our bags? And 2, is there an appropriate age to start buying luxury? So the reason why I posed those 2 questions is 1, when you look at people who have rather large bag collections, I would challenge you to ask yourself 2 things. 1, you know, why do they have such a large bag collection? Because I have noticed that people who leave comments like this, they're typically not subscribers. They typically do not comment on any of my other videos. And this is probably their first, if not only video that they're watching from me, if it is around a topic that is like this, or just like a regular showing of a bag, and then they notice that like it's not authentic, then they leave like a comment as to like, why do you like these types of bags, blah, 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 spend your money on the real thing. And it's like, I can tell that they don't really take the time to just kind of like go through my channel and listen to these types of videos as to why I have the collection that I have. So I challenge you guys to like ask yourself that if you are someone who particularly does love luxury and your entire collection is authentic, kudos to you. That's great. But like for those of us who have authentic and non-authentic bags and just have a love for bags in general, like maybe our bags are not meant to be carried out on an everyday basis. Maybe we just like to look at our bags. Maybe we don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a bunch of authentic bags just to look at. So it doesn't mean that I can't afford it. It doesn't mean that I don't respect the brand. It doesn't mean that I look down on people who do only have authentic bags. It doesn't mean any of that. But the one thing that I do like about this lady's comment is the fact that she started it off with "it's your choice." So she's acknowledging that, like, okay, cool. Like, in your opinion, it's your choice if you want to have a collection of this, that, and the third. That's totally fine. That's why I respect her comment so much, because she didn't come at it as in like, yeah, you are too young and like blah, 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 blah. Like, it wasn't like that. So I don't mind when people have a difference of opinion when they respectfully state their opinion on a topic. So I'm not sure if she will ever watch this video, but babe, your comment wasn't a rude one and I really do appreciate it. And you actually inspired me to do this video. So if you haven't subscribed, then definitely go ahead and subscribe. And then I think the other question that I asked was, how often do we realistically change out our bags? So for me, I typically will carry the same bag all week. It'll either be my Tory Burch bag that y'all know I have been kicking and screaming over all year this year that I finally got, or my Coach Mini Sierra satchel bag. That's kind of like more of my common everyday running to the grocery store type of bag, but I do find myself gravitating more so towards the Tory Burch one because you guys know I really like the closing of that bag. It snaps really quickly. My stuff is secure. I don't have to do a lot of fumbling with it, X, Y, and Z. I think I've told you guys that sometimes with my Alma BB bag and my Mini Sierra satchel from Coach, the strap will like come off for whatever reason. I don't really like that. It hasn't like come off on me in the store, but I just noticed that like sometimes it will come off. So I just gravitate towards like my Tory Burch bag. So I say that to say, like, if I did spend money on all, you know, authentic bags and stuff like that, it's like, what's the realisticness of me like switching out my bags all the time? If we're being honest, I really feel like it, in my opinion, a reasonable collection would look like a work bag, maybe 2 everyday bags, a going out bag, maybe just like a random tote bag, a special occasion bag, and then something else. So maybe like 7 to 10 bags if I wanted like a minimalistic bag collection. And then I would have to say that even with that, you know, I still have 2 staple everyday bags. And 9 times out of 10, my everyday bag probably would not even be your high luxury type of bag. It still very well may be a Coach bag. It still very well may be a Kate Spade or a Tory Burch. Because if you think about your everyday bag, you want it to be something that is of quality. Because if you're carrying it every single day, you're putting a lot of wear and tear on it. If I were to spend $1,000 on like an Alma BB bag, or just the wear and tear of the bag, like I paid so much money for that bag, and you know, it may last what, maybe 3 or 5 years. I have had the same Kate Spade work bag literally since the year of 2017, and that bag is still holding up together. And I have carried that bag in the rain, sleet, snow. I've tossed rain boots in it, my lunch in it, umbrellas in it, and it still looks like a great bag. There's nothing wrong with it. My Neverfull, it has definitely held up. I don't really toss that bag around the way that I do my Kate Spade bag, but you guys know that is typically a travel bag for me. Another part of her comment was, most women who love luxury have authentic collections later in life around their 30s. So I will say that there are a lot of younger women in their 20s, my age, around my age, maybe a little bit younger, who have a ton of authentic bags. There's a lot of other YouTubers on here that are in their 20s that have a ton of bags. They don't have a house, they don't have a car, and they might have not have even finished college. So the amount of money that they have to spend on these luxury items, they can do that. They don't have any debt. You see what I'm saying? They may live in an apartment or whatever, but like they don't have a lot of expensive reoccurring payments. I, however, have a car payment and I have student loan debts. So, and I still buy high-end luxury bags when I want to. Key part of that is when I want to. I will still buy a high-end luxury bag. So I know that she's saying that like a lot of women may not buy them until they're in their 30s. I think that probably just depends on the woman. I think that depends on their situation. Personally, I had always told myself that I wanted to build my collection in my younger 20s. And the reason being is because when I do get into my 30s and, I'm married and I have kids, I want to be able to give my kids everything that they want. I want to already have my bags. I want to already have like my shoes and whatnot. I want to be able to live for me in my 20s, knowing that I have nobody else that I need to be responsible for. And then I feel like by the time I'm in my 30s, the thing that's going to make me happy is spoiling my kids, is, spoiling my family. I don't really think that in my 30s, I'm going to want to be spoiling myself with $1,200, $1,800, $2,000 bags, at least not that often, maybe once a year, maybe if that. But let's say my child really wants like some shoes or some toys or whatever. I can get way more for my child with $1,200 to $1,800 versus me getting one bag. Now, I mean, if I'm in the financial position to where I can do that for my child and myself, then great. But I knew that I had already told myself, Imana, buy the bags that you want when you're in your 20s so that when you get in your 30s, you're not really like fiending for a whole bunch of like expensive luxury stuff. Honestly, I'm already at the age where it's like, yeah, I want like new pots, new pans, new dishes, new silverware, I want new furniture and stuff like that. I don't really care to have a bunch more bags. Now, that could also be because of the collection that I have to where I can say, I don't really think that I need that many bags. But that is just my personal opinion on what I think that I would want to spend my money on in my 30s. And also just pointing out that a lot of younger women in their 20s are buying expensive luxury handbags. But I also think that it just depends on the financial situation that they are in. So I guess it really just kind of varies. Also, I even know some people where it's like, yes, they're my age, they have luxury bags, but those were also gifted to them. So again, it all depends on the financial stability situation that person is in. But other than that, I think there was nothing really wrong with her comment right there or anything. And like I said, it really just kind of like sparked my interest in wanting to have a conversation with you guys. So I guess my question is, if you are older than me, at what age did you really start investing in yourself and getting luxury handbags? And then another question that I would pose is, again, like, how often do you change out your bags? Because I think another thing for me, and I think I've expressed this to you guys before, it's like, if I spend a lot of money on a bag, my biggest thing is, am I going to get my return on investment in it? So yes, I have a lot of bags. I can say that like, even with those bags, especially the Chanel bags, I don't think that if I bought the authentic one that I would get my return on investment on the bag. And I think that could probably be a reason as to why I said, I don't want to buy an authentic Chanel. That's why I really, really wanted my Tory Burch bag. I can honestly say that I'm probably going to get my return on investment in that at least by February or March, because I carry it so often. But even though I carry it often, I still switch it out with like my Coach bag or another crossbody bag so that I don't like damage the bag. I also talked about like the scratches that material can get. So it's like, I don't want a whole bunch of scratches on the bag and all that other stuff. So yeah, I do like switch the bag out, but that's maybe like once a week. That's still not that often. And then think about it, like even with the styling videos that I do, I have to switch out my bags for that. So yeah, like when I go out on the weekends and stuff, I switch out my bags or whatever. But honestly, like if I didn't have a YouTube channel and if I didn't like do content, I don't think that I would have such a huge collection. I still think that I'd have a pretty big collection, but I don't think that I would have as big of a collection as I do have, just because I would be like, realistically, I'm not going to carry it that much. Like, it's not going to be that big of a deal to me. But yeah, so those are just kind of like my thoughts on this. I really just kind of wanted to sit down with you guys and chit chat. I feel like we haven't really had like a girls chit chat in forever. So obviously I would love to hear you guys' just kind of like opinions on this topic, whether you agree or disagree, or just kind of hearing like your thoughts on it. But yeah, so I hope that you all have enjoyed this video. I hope that you're having a great day, and I'll see you babes in the next one. Bye.